One day, there was a rich man, but all his actions were based on corruption, and after a long manipulation of the law, the government found him guilty. He was sentenced to death. He was imprisoned on a remote island in preparation for his execution, but he seemed to think about how to get rid of his crisis. And because he's a millionaire, he decided to bribe the prison guard to smuggle him from the prison island by any means and at any price.
He told the millionaire, "Listen to the one thing that comes out of prison island unguarded. They are the coffins of the dead." They put her on a ship and she was transported with some guards to landing, to be buried in cemeteries. Quickly with some simple ritual, then they return. Coffins are transported daily. At 10 in the morning, in case there are dead. The only solution is to throw yourself into one of the coffins, with the dead who are inside. When it reaches the ground, the coffin is buried. I'm going to take emergency leave on this day, and I come in half an hour to get you out. Then you give me the money we agreed on and I go back to prison. You disappear and your disappearance will remain a mystery. This will not matter to both of us. What do you see?
The millionaire thought it was a crazy plan, but it's still better than implementation. The important thing is that he agreed, and they agreed to sneak into the coffin house and throw himself into the first coffin from the left. That's if he's lucky. And there was death. The next day, with the usual prisoner space, the millionaire crept into the coffin house and found two coffins. At first he panicked at the thought of lying with a dead person in the coffin, but again the survival instinct triumphs. He opened the coffin with his eyes closed. In order not to be terrified, he threw himself on the dead inside. He waited until he heard the sound of the guards transporting the coffins to the deck. He began to feel the transition step by step, lifted the ship and felt its movement over the water and smelled the sea. The guards took down the coffin. Someone was heard commenting on the strange weight of this deceased. He felt scared and nervous. That tension faded when he heard another guard mocking obese prisoners. "Relax a little." He began to feel the guards digging to put the coffin in the hole. Now he feels the coffin descending into the hole, and the sound of sand splashing on its lid. The voice of the guards began to fade little by little. He is now buried 3 meters deep, with the body of a strange man in total darkness. Breathing becomes harder with each passing minute. He's okay. He doesn't trust this guard, but he trusts in his love for the promised millions. It will definitely come. Wait. Fidgeting, breathing began to accelerate and tighten. The heat is stifling. It's okay about 10 minutes. And then he will breathe freedom. And he sees the light again. The cough began, and another 10 minutes passed. Oxygen is almost finished. And this guard is yet to come. He heard a voice very far away. His pulse is accelerating. He must be the guard. At last. But the sound faded. He felt a fit of hysteria engulfing him. "Do you move the body?" Pictures from his imagination that the dead smile sarcastically. Remember that he has sulfur in his pocket. Take out the sulfur to check his wristwatch. There must be time. He lit a match and some light came out despite the lack of oxygen, and the flame is close to the clock. It's been over 45 minutes. It's panic, then. It happened to him to see the face of the deceased. He turned in horror and near the torch, to see the last thing he expected in life. The guard's face. The one who will liberate him is the one who is dead next to him. Moral of the story: when a person tries to escape, he doesn't know it while running. he goes in God's destiny, which he appreciated for him. But no matter what we do, we can't change our destiny. If you like the story, support us by subscribing. Click I like it. And give us new ideas in the comments.